Hi everyone. Now we are just checking for tech. I'm just going to reframe this. The joys of being live. Harry, hair and makeup. Ready to go. Alrighty. Hi everyone. I am Caroline Brunne. I am the founder of Organise Curate Design, and I have the pleasure of calling myself a friend of Mr. Harry Korras. Today I'll be your host as we dive into all things Live and Learn and all things life worldwide, and learn what Harry has in store for us. Now, before I get started, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I would like to pay my respects to elders past and present. A few more formalities, more for technical support. For those of you who may have tuned into Harry's Facebook Live, kind of ramp things up a little bit this time around. So we've got Jamie in the room behind the camera who's helping us with tech, and he will be taking any of your questions if you are joining us via Zoom. So if you are on your Zoom screen, you'll see this little box at the bottom. It's got Q&A. If you have any questions for us or for Harry, then shoot them through there. There's also a chat function, so if you're having any tech issues or whatever else, or where you can't hear us clearly or the sound's not right, just throw them in there as well, and Jamie will kind of flag that for us, and we can speak up or do what we need to do. One of the other things that Jamie will be doing for us is at the end, or towards the end of today, he will be handing us over a couple of questions from you. So please feel free to pop them in the Q&A box if you are on Zoom. If you are joining us via Facebook, we won't be taking questions from that platform today, but you are welcome to put your comments and your questions there, and we'll get back to you later today once we finish recording. Those of you who are already subscribed, Harry needs to move that way.
To his right, just a little bit.
Those of you who are joining us via Facebook, you will be able to watch this later on via the Life Worldwide Facebook page, and those of you who are already subscribed to our mailing list will also receive a link to download this video, and you can watch it again or share it with someone later today. I think that's all in regards to tech. So let's get started. For those of you who are tuning into a Life Worldwide event for the very first time, you may have been sent this link. Someone might have tagged you in this and you're thinking, what on earth am I watching and who is this guy? I will start by introducing Harry and just sharing a little bit about his story. So, Harry Korras is a walking, talking example of successful leadership. With his deep focus, commercial clarity, and razor-sharp attitude, Harry removes fear and confusion by allowing love, faith, courage, and leadership to take control. Known for his straight-to-the-boardroom approach to life, Harry has proven his success building his $100 million plus privately owned security company to be one of the best in the world. With his ability to draw from his incredible real-life experiences, Harry often sheds new light on the topics that keep people up at night. I personally know that Harry does that with some amazing stories, and I can't wait to hear some of those today. Today, Harry is the founder of Life Worldwide, a boutique leadership and mentoring organisation. He works with several high-profile brands and executive teams, and is committed to helping people prepare and execute in their life and business. His philosophy can be summed up in one word: life. Leadership is for everyone. While many are painting a scary view of the future and the world we live in, Harry sees one full of potential, with his simple advice to all being, be a good human. Harry is the leader we all need to be entertained, informed, and inspired. Did I miss anything?
Unbelievable.
It feels so odd being so formal.
Very formal.
Feeling we've been joking all day about a current affair.
Yes.
Got the lights,
yes.
got the camera.
Next level, let me tell you.
But tell me, for those of you who don't know you personally or don't know your story, can you tell me a story?
Tell your story.
Tell me a little
Well,
bit
let's say
about
this
yourself.
right in the opening. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuning in, everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's part of our community, the support and love that we've had over the years in building this brand. Tell your story. The story is that I'm humbled, I'm honoured, my heart's warm. I can't believe that we're actually formalised it and really doing some really cool things here. you know, you gave a great, you know, little bio there on me and who I am. Was a short version, which is fantastic. It's always good, the good stuff, you know. Yeah, and you know, and you're right. And you said something there with the uncertainty around the world at the moment. And I'm not going to go into what's happening. We all know what's happening. And for me to be able to come on this stage and deliver a leadership message and motivation and positivity, that's what's really warmed me up, you know, and it's really making me feel good. But you know, humble beginnings. I'm no MBA graduate. I'm no, you know, no hotshot thing that's done all these things. I've just given it a crack. You know, I've given it a go. And humble beginnings. You know, mum and dad, ethnics, Greeks, you know, got off a boat. They, you know, we had 3 kids. You know, they had 3 kids. You know, my older brother, myself, and my little brother was in the middle. I'm married. Sorry, you know, married. You know, take it. You know, 28 years with my beautiful wife Tracy. I don't know how she does it, but God bless her. You know, with 2 children. You know, Taylor, who's 26, and my son Evander, who's 21. You know, so very simple. You know, we live at home. You know, we used to rent. No car, no home phone. You know, all this sort of home phone. You know, I know now. That's a different story. Telstra got that wrong, but that's another story. You know, or telecom, people won't know that. But you know, very humble beginnings, right? So, but one thing that I wanted to do was that I wanted to do something big. I didn't want to just sit still. I didn't want to do the norm. It's, you know, do it hard so I can do it easy later instead of doing it easy than doing it hard. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the short version of, you know, who I am. For those who don't really know, because I've got no doubt the amount of people that are on here today listening and being part of it know my story and know who I am.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, for someone who has known you for a little while now, there are some incredible stories that I know will come. So let's just get stuck in.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about life worldwide. I know that when I heard of this business way back when, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I thought, oh, what a cool business name. And then you said to me, no, it's not just life worldwide. It means something. So leadership is for everyone.
Right.
Where did that come from? How did you come up with that?
So what happened was and you're right, I started this business about, I think it was 2015 or whatever it was, but I wanted to give back. So in my previous life, in my previous business, we did a lot of mentoring, encouragement, you know, and that's something interesting because it probably relates to what's happening around the world at the moment. We believed in being equal to all. So race, religion, it didn't matter who you were. If we did a big event and we were feeding our staff, we would put on halal food for our Muslim brothers and sisters, complete separate barbecue for our vegetarian friends, you know, and all the different things. So that to me, we were leading then. I was leading then. I had to lead big teams. I had to be a leader. I had to learn to take things to another level. And then I always wanted to do the mentoring. I always talk about I'm going to mentor, I'm going to coach, I'm going to get deep in, and we'll talk about all that later on. But the name came up there because I started to hear it at a lot of events. And one was at Robin Sharma's event. Then there was another event I heard it on. Then I started reading books, life. And the acronym LIFE, leadership is for everyone. And I put on the end of it, you know, worldwide. Why here? You know, act local, think global. You know, so that was my thinking, and that's how I come up with the name. You know, so
I love it, and I think for me, it really resonates for me as someone who, you know, I've been in small to medium business. I'm a parent as well, and I very much, that really resonates for me because I know that we can all make an impact and we all play a leadership role in regards of where we sit and what we do. I play a leadership role as a parent, as an employer, but even just in the community. And I think one thing that I think is brilliant, I know that there's a lot of young people. And I say young people because we were joking about how old we are. But there are a lot of young people out there, laughing because we're the youngest person in the room. But there's some young people out there who I think really look up to you and what you share, and the fact that you can flip that and encourage them to be leaders and encourage them to give back to their community and encourage them to lead by example is fantastic. Now you mentioned, see, I've got 2015. You've like thrown me now. I've got 2014 down. You've got 15. You know, I'm all about details, messing with my head. That's okay. Now we know that the world has changed a lot since 2014, and in this year, we are well and truly experiencing a whole new world.
Yeah.
So why relaunch now? Why 2020? And
yeah.
You know, we're in COVID. We're sitting very close to each other.
We got a test the other day. Figured I was too close to
it.
Anyway.
Harry preaching it and he didn't, but I had to go get COVID.
Jamie's fault.
I'm fine. It's negative. Everything's fine. But 2020. So why now? Why relaunch
it's interesting, and this is the truth. Last year I went to 2 events, and I'll answer this sort of in 2 questions, 2 answers, right? So a question with a question. Yeah, there's a story because I went to 2 events last year, one being on my birthday for the whole day, right? And what I witnessed and what I experienced, I thought, this is not right. This is not fair. This is not. People are selling coaching and mentoring programs, and we'll do this for you and we'll do that for you. And I went on the proviso. I saw a picture of a person that I wanted to learn from, and I bought a ticket and I went there like a good human, got my pen and paper, blank paper, of course, and sat in the back on it because I want to make notes, right? I made no notes because this was a big sell. This was people getting on chairs and chanting and come on, you got a thing, swipe your card, and there's a big screen and the price is going down every time you did something, and all these things that were happening. And I'm sitting there thinking, excuse me, is this the way it is? Is this what the world's gone into? The kids that you referred to earlier that want leadership, that want structure, that want to know something different, this is the sort of stuff that they've been exposed to. So really, straight away in my head, I thought, I've got to do something. I've got to take action, right? And I went to another big event who I asked one of my clients to go to, and we both seen each other. I mean, he bought the super duper ticket. He's sitting at the front. I'm sitting at the back, of course. Not on the plane, but on the thing, right? But anyway, we're there. And he said to me, why did you do this to me? And you know what? I wanted to give him the money back because this was all about sign again, buy again, and then buy again, and then we'll get you there. Get you where? When I speak to people that have gone there, they go, we don't know. We're still trying to work out what we're getting, right?
What am I paying?
Yeah. So why the relaunch? That was a real big catalyst. I have been busy, not busy being busy. I've been busy. I've had projects on, some global projects. I've had some other issues that I had to deal with. I've had, businesses that I've got on that have to do deep dives, and they're all very hard. They're all very hard to put back together again. And that's something that we do very well, and that's put you back together again. Make you see the light. Get you excited again, fire you up. And you said something interesting, Caroline. You said, why during COVID? Why during this? The question I got for the audience. I've got a question. The question is, how many people reached out to you? Who sent you a note? Who rang you? Who said to you, you're okay? Everybody was with the hand out instead of the hand up, right? I said I'm going to post the video every day, and I did until the gyms reopened, right? Because the gym was shut. I can't do a video in the gym. I think I'm bloody mad, right? I think I'm mad on the road as it is, right? But the amount of people that I ran into on the road, the amount of people and that's the question I had. The question is, how many people reached out to you? I reached out to you. Yep. Are you well? Are you okay? What's happening? What can we do? How can we help you? I don't know. So for me, that was a big catalyst, all that, and that's the relaunch, because I don't think I launched. Maybe I didn't. It's not a relaunch. I don't think I launched. I don't know if I'm not a good launch.
I was there.
You were there, you know what I mean? So this is the launch. Everyone's part of it. It's a big instant. You know what I mean? So
well, it is great that the relaunch is something that we've ensured people can access. So
look at this. Look at the new logo.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We've gone
next level. This is the next level.
You don't come to me if you want to do stuff half.
No. That's a problem.
That's a problem. Now, in regards to the relaunch, one of the things that I wanted to remind everyone of is you would have seen that Harry has been saying, subscribe and do this and put your email address in here because we don't want to miss you. We don't want you to miss out. So we have ensured that everyone can have access to this today. We're on Facebook, on Zoom. You're going to get it on email, all of the different places. But the key is to ensure you stay connected. So we will tell you how to do that. We will remind you how to do that, but we don't want you to miss out, and we want to make sure that leadership is for everyone.
100%.
So I've known you for 8 years, which in some, that probably doesn't sound like a long time, but it is a long time. And we always laugh. So I have this funny personal connection to Harry in the sense that my youngest son is called Harry
Champion.
And my eldest son is born on the same day as Harry.
Legend.
So I can't get away from this
It
man.
only gets better. It only gets better.
Even if I try. But, and you know, I feel like you tell me that I'm in the inner circle. I feel like I'm in the inner circle. I feel like we're family. And I could spend every day just listening to your stories. Might sound a bit crazy. But I know it's not just about you.
No.
So I'm hearing rumbles of experts, speakers, partners, businesses. What's going on?
Yeah. Well,
who have you got?
Who have I got? Big secret.
Who don't you have?
Big secret. No. One thing for sure, right, that I noticed was that whilst I was a one-man team and I'm trying to keep up with everything and visiting people, coffee, ice cream, depends what was happening, you know, when and how, I would run into the ongoing problems, you know, the same problems, different ways, right? So accounting, legal, not sure, can't fund, can't do this, I can't do that, making mistakes that I make, right? So I thought to myself, no longer will I turn up to these meetings unarmed. The old saying, right? Don't go to a gunfight with a knife, right? So I prepared myself in a way where I have trusted people, and I'm not the smartest person in the room, right? So if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You've heard that before, right? So I would like to introduce my smart people to my clients, to the people that get involved in this life or life movement, so that we can help you, give you genuine help, right? There's no tricks, there's no scam, there's no we make money off them or whatever, nothing like that. It's about giving medicine that I talk about with the right prescription. So, you know, if you've got a broken arm, you're not going to go to a urologist, right? This is what I sort of refer to, right? So accountants, I've got a group of accountants. You need accountants to get your tax right, to make you understand your bank and all this sort of whatever, all the, you know, people find them boring. They're different, but as I say, you need them. But you need the right accountants to take you on the journey, right? Legal. How many times do people get, oh, you won this massive job, just sign here. People just sign away, bang.
Read what you sign.
Right. No one reads the fine print.
Yeah.
Because you're so excited that you've been approved for this, you're getting that, whatever. You want to sign it before they change their mind. And they put the pressure on you. And then later on, you find that you've put yourself in a very serious situation. You've got drama. So accountants, legals, you know, and I talk about that's going to become part of the incubator. So you've got an idea, or even if your business is still going, let's incubate it. Let's think about it. Let's dissect it. Let's break it down. I will name these people. There's some that I want to name. The accountants and the legal, I'll keep it at that because there's different people for different things, right? Although I will say with the accountants, one of the people that I'm trusted with and I've been doing a lot of work with is a company called Hall Chadwick. There's Hall Chadwick, there's the practice, there's T&N Consulting. These people all coming different with different ideas and different ways of doing things. Australian Money Mentors, right? Tony and George, right? These guys will give you a financial health check. And a lot more. Stuff that you can't see, money that you can't raise. Everybody runs out of money in the business. They see the things you can't see. They bring it all together and make you comfortable. Whether it's your will, whether it's how you're going to pay the loan back, whether you should be doing it, can you afford it? A deep dive on a journey with Life Worldwide. After I brief them on this is what this business is trying to achieve, this is what's happening, and then they can give you a really good understanding. So Tony and George, you give me an understanding that Tony raised millions of dollars for a friend of mine that I didn't think he could do, but he did. George is working with A-list, you know, sports stars, you know, people that have got a lot of money, whatever, but also find themselves in trouble. And these guys put them back on track, put them back together again financially, and send them off, right? I'm not an expert in that field, hence why we bring in these people. Sam Hannah from Iron Game Fitness. Why Sam? Because, because I've witnessed, it's not about lifting heavy weights. It's not about, oh, let's just go to the gym, right? I've witnessed Sam put a lot of people back together again. And I love it. I love that journey. Meditation, eating right, mind, cleaning up your thing, all these things, and lifting weights because it's important, right? And Sam will be part of that team. We're doing some leadership retreats with Sam that we're now going to combine it all and really do some cool stuff. Jamie Tortino. Jamie, who we're using in his office today. Thank you very much for that. You know? I'm waiting for the bill, right? But he's a tradie that's turned into an entrepreneur. A tradie that's, you know, has got real food vending, has had a go, is having a crack, right? So you get an opportunity to spend time with a person like that understands, you know, franchising, that can help you. Not an expert by far, but he's going to say, this is what I learned, this is what happened. And then the little things. And given the age bracket, he can relate to certain people and make things happen, right? So then, of course, OCD. My God, let me tell you, you're in for a journey when you sign up with this group.
Yeah,
You know what I love is that you're right, but it's the little things like today, whether the light's that way, close the blind, move the chair, put this there, you know, don't put the pen like that, put your shirt out, stand this way. Oh my God, I've been getting tortured, right? But it's these are the things, yeah, but these are the things, Caroline, that you and your organisation do amazingly well, right? So I have so many clients and people that need people like yourself to take the pressure off them, you know, whether it's doing the shopping, buying this, or doing organising their life, right? So, you know, I'm not going to wreck your spill, but you know, I've witnessed that and I know it works, right? And I know people that need you, that will need you, right? So, and then the other one, which is incredible, is the magical learning people. So there's a Graham and Danette. I met these beautiful humans in Toronto in 2013 at a Robin Sharma event.
Before life.
Yeah. I still had my security company, things are going, you know, flying and all this sort of stuff happening. And I met these amazing human beings and we've become friends ever since. And they do incredible things, you know, workshops and bits and pieces and whatever. So you can have access to those people when we bring, and we'll talk about the events and all the stuff we're going to do. And then others like, you know, hard-hitting CEOs, managing directors, big businesses, right? So they will be the hidden mentors. They will be the people that I say, you know what, you know, Caroline, I think you should speak to John because John has been on this journey and let John tell you a story about what it takes. I'll never forget, you know, working and securing BHP, right? And the CEO there one day said to me, and it was, I won't mention which CEO, he said, no, it's very lonely at the top. And that hit me, you know, because when you start to dissect all that, what does it look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 10 years? I think just telling Jamie, where are you in 5 years, you know? We've got about 5 Jamies running around. What's going to happen then, right? Things change. So you need to hear from different people for different reasons, right? So, but then, you know, Liliana from Perfect Events. Why do I mention Liliana? Because they care. They care to put a magnificent event, whether you're doing a dinner, whatever it may be, which I'll plug that because we're doing...
another event.
Absolutely, next Wednesday. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But, you know, they put your event together. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Hence, that's why I want to bring them together. The other one is Emad from, one of the MDs from Hair House Warehouse, right? Hair House, right? Hasn't worked for me, but...
My hair.
But, you know, to take a deep dive and take you on a journey on where he's been and what they're doing, how they're going to do it, you know, it changes the demographics. Hence why the team of experts, right? Because, again, at these other events, and I'm just reporting, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're just trying to work out where they make a dollar from everyone. I could not be happier if your business went to bloody 1 billion. To me, I'll be doing carlos. If you thought it'd be fantastic, and if one day you thought it'd be good, if not, it doesn't matter. In my heart, I know I've done well. And hence why I've been giving so much medicine out there, you know? So that's the team of experts. There's a lot more.
Wow.
You know, there's some more that I can't name, and they've just said that because they're, you know, public companies and whatever.
Yeah.
But you get that in the inner circle.
Whoa. Well, it's process.
Got that.
Yeah. You guys just get your head around that. That was a whole team of experts that have lived it, breathed it, are building, have built, have learnt.
Yeah.
And they're going to share with you. Yeah, I guess for me personally, as a business owner, I know that that's one of the things that really stands out to me all the time. Like, what can I learn from other people? How do I not reinvent the wheel? What information can I take? And then how can I pass that on? And that's, once again, where that leadership is for everyone piece ties back. We want to encourage people to grow and learn. We want to encourage people to then pass that on. So we've got Life Worldwide. We've got a team of experts and partners and other companies.
Yep.
We've got these awesome 1-minute videos every day.
I love the videos. Come on. The run is done.
The run is done.
You know, my daughter's friends, they scream out of there. I've got people driving the car down the street, screaming. People that don't know me, I'm at a restaurant with my wife.
The run is done.
The run is done. You know, blah, blah, blah. But the run's done. You've got to get the run done, right? Get up. What's wrong? It's not easy, right?
But how are they going to access everything? So I know that you've been laughing. You've been emailing people to tell them to send you your email, and they're like, "Didn't you just email me?" I know there's been a bit of admin behind the scenes. I apologise to anyone that feels like why do I have to do this? We've been trying to ensure that we capture everyone and we don't miss anyone. Now, why? Like, tell me. I know we've been talking membership. So, what is the Life Worldwide membership, and how does it work?
Yeah. Look, again, it was born out of experience, what I witnessed. And the thing I didn't mention was, I went into these events and I see all these red shirts at the back of the room with ATMs. All this, waiting, all this with an ATM, right? And I'm thinking, do I have to pay again? Or what's going on here, right?
Didn't I just pay to get the tickets to the event?
And then every poor bastard's running at the back of the room to tap the card, not to miss out on the discount, all this. So that triggered me again, right? So why? Lots of reasons why. Number one, absolute personal responsibility, right? Now, accountability partner. Someone needs to be the accountability partner. Yeah, I'll do my 1 minute videos and pump up people. And I never share the message, but I cop an enormous amount of messages from all these different people. And I work with them. So I send them messages. I try to motivate them and help them and do lots of things. So, and one of the things that I got taught very young was when you pay attention.
Yeah,
right? So what does that mean? Well, you're not just going to hand over your funds or whatever the case may be, if that's the way we're going to do it, and which we're thinking about different ways. But it makes you really think about what you're investing in, and your personal development, and you don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah. Don't just go into the marketing costs. Get some development done. It may just work for you for 3 months or 12 months or whatever the case may be. But let us give you medicine. What do you get? You get the inner circle, right? So
all those people.
Yeah, and lots more. And you're part of that. You're part of the Little Black Book community. You're part of our events, workshops, lots of things that we will be doing. The lunch and learns, the real lunch and learns, where you're sitting there with like-minded people, sharing ideas to grow, right? And we've created a community. You've been to all of them.
I think I have.
You've been to all of them. You've been to all of them. And the feedback that I get is, when's the next one? I'm going to bring my 2 apprentices. This guy needs that. I need this. During COVID, I'll tell you a funny thing, we did walk and talk. So get a coffee and we, safe distancing, we walked and talked. No excuse. The people that rang me said, meet me here, get a coffee, let's walk and talk, right? So, and this is what it's going to be all about. And that's the reason I had to really think about how I can, bring it all together and do it the right way.
Yeah. Because I guess what I'm hearing here, and I'm pretending I don't know the answers to the questions. I know most of the answers to the questions, what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
But I'm hearing you talk a lot about the medicine, the accountability, the push, but also the structure. So when I hear membership, the first thing I hear, because you've just told 2 stories, and I guess that's one of the things that I think is really important to clarify for everyone that's watching, is you've told a story about people having to pay and then pay again and pay again, and then we've just talked about membership. And I guess one of the things that I really want to emphasize to everyone is that there will always be something that you can have for free. This platform, this community, we will always give. I can't ever see you being the kind of person to have a block at the door saying I need your credit card before I'm going to speak. So I personally really want to emphasize that, because I don't want all this structure to come across as OCD's taken over and they Harry doing stuff that he doesn't normally do.
Mouth got in before we started.
Mouth got in. But when you talk about medicine, I always giggle about this particular phrasing. I think I remember being with you at a cafe and someone called out, I need some vitamin H.
Oh, yeah.
And that was always a phrase that people use. So how you've talked about events. We're doing the live and learn, and we will be doing more of these, especially in this time of COVID.
Yeah.
What else are people going to get from their membership? Like, is there anything else that you can think of that you can already see that's going to be on offer?
Well, yeah, 100%. Well, one thing, it's important that you said that earlier, and that is that giving's receiving. So I love it. I just do my 1 minute videos and get that out and do all that. And people said to me, well, why are you structuring it different? It's sort of re-answering the question, but it's more a deep dive. Yeah. So when I do a deep dive with you and your business and work out whether, this is a big one, and I'm going to talk about it, and it doesn't matter, and that is that people don't do Friday night drinks anymore. It's Friday night powders. I mean, really? Really, to me, I always say no to drugs. I'm so against it. You have no idea, right? I hate it with a passion. And look at it now. Look at the disasters out there. Look at the influences that are all in court. Look at the dramas. Look at the disaster. So we've got to give something back, right? So if I'm doing a deep dive with you personally, you've got two marriages. You're married to your business and you're married to whoever you're married to, right? Could be a cat, a dog, whatever, but you're married, right? How do you balance that when one's weighing the other? When you're just trying to bring money home to feed the family, but it's not good enough. Or when you're home too much and the business is suffering, the balance. So we've got to do a structure on that. I'm getting so many different messages. Oh, can you help me with this? Send me an email on that. Do this, do this. Hence why, what are you going to get? You're going to get so much more. So much more. You're going to get so many life experiences. And you're right. Some of the stories are too hard to believe. I'll tell you one. Who would go to New York for 15 minutes? Right? So I went. For those who don't know, I rang the United States. I've told you this one. You know, I rang the Trump, don't get bloody naughty now. I rang the Trump organisation through, because they were the biggest owners and leases of property in New York, right? And I watched an Apprentice, the good old Apprentice was on TV and blah, blah, blah. And then what happened, I noticed that they had a security facility manager on there that day, and they did a thing about him, and they had to raise money and all these, right? But what triggered me to know is, shit, they own more buildings than anyone and lease more buildings than anyone in New York. So all I could think about was there's towers going down, right? So I'm thinking, what did they do when that happened? What did they do when that happened? So I kept ringing. And the lady's name was Caroline. And I said this. I thought Caroline was this big, luscious, dark lady. And we became friends. And we're talking on the phone. And
Love when you impersonate. Go to Caroline's voice.
Caroline, hey, Harry. How are you? So I kept ringing. And everyone's laughing. Are you ringing her again? I kept ringing it. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, right? Or 2 days, whatever it was. And then I just get this answer from her saying, I mentioned his name, he's got time on the Thursday, 15 minutes, 3 o'clock to 3:15. I'm in Melbourne. Right? And I'm like,
anxiety
I'm going.
Thinking about it.
I said, we're going. We went. So I went and met with the bloke, and I spent 15 minutes, I knew when I walked in, I got to get this right. For 15 minutes, got to talk 100 miles an hour. So, you know what? We met him, and he summed us up. He asked me what I was doing there, and I'm thinking in my head, all right, we're 14 minutes now. It's probably 13 minutes because he started talking because they speak a bit slower than us, And he's looking at me like that, who's this bloke? And then I'm like, I was calling the races, I said, look, we're here from Australia, blah, 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 and he goes, right, so you've come here, why? And I said, I just wanted to know, what did you do when these towers went down? Because if it happens in Australia, we protect so many buildings, we're doing so many things. What should I do? I want to be prepared. I want to have something different. I want to be the best in the world. I want to look at things differently, right? And he said, that's what you came here for. I said, that's what I came in. I brought this guy here because he's smarter than me, and we make notes. And I'm thinking, easy. We're about 9 minutes now. He's going to kick me out, right? So it's going to get interesting. So I'll never forget. He said, right, he took his shirt off. He took his thing, he took his tie off. He took the thing off. And he had an Aussie flag on his arm. And he said, I fought in Vietnam with an Aussie.
Yeah.
And the guy who baptised my daughter lives in Brisbane. I checked you guys out. You do the tennis there. I was like, oh, yeah, we do. Brisbane tennis, right? Blah, 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 all this. Anyway, and then it was like, okay, and he leans over and goes, yeah, it's okay, Caroline. And he goes, oh, you got 2 hours. And I was like, what? Because he wanted to see who we were.
Yeah.
Build that relationship. You know what I'm saying, Jamie? Build the relationship with real food bending. So, and why do I tell that story is because I spent a lot of money to get there. And the CFO at the time went spastic, went bananas, and the usual. And I didn't realise I pressed that button and it's from the plane. It was an accident. I don't know. I knew I had a problem when they gave me pajamas. It was a big drama on the plane. I thought, oh no. And I brought it back for him. I said, here, they gave me these. Well, we spent X amount of money, but when I came back here and pitched for a job, I was the only person in that tender that could talk about a thing called predictive profiling at the time. And that was touch, feel, smell. You smell nothing. Touch, feel, smell. So it's 30, like 40 degrees outside. Why are you wearing a beanie, big jacket, and a backpack? So I come up to you and I say, hi, Stephanie. You go, Caroline. I smell your breath. Alcohol. I've got your name. You don't look right. You're sweating. So we start to profile you already, right? And I started telling this story at one of our tender briefings, and we said, well, how are you going to do it? And I was a bit cheeky. And I said, well, how? The how's when you sign the contract. I'm not giving you the secret recipe now. You know what I'm saying? The reason I tell this story is because you've got to have a go. Just sitting there, just doing the norm is unacceptable, right? And that's me being passionate. And I've got 100 of these things, right?
Yeah.
Psychopathic stuff that we did to get there. You know, the old Richard Branson, well, when you win it, deal with it. Well, sometimes yes, right? But other times, failing to plan, planning to fail. So that's one of my really funny stories. But I was with Peter Try, you know, so Peter, I love you, mate, from 8 Foods. Peter and I are catching up tomorrow for a really big conversation. He's one of our other mentors. I wasn't meant to mention it. Don't worry, mate. We'll edit it live.
Sorry, edit it live.
Edit it live, right? But, you know, when I told him this story and it was something, I'm telling you the wrong way around. I'm talking about Robin Sharma. And Peter said, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I know Robin. Was that a thing, blah, blah, blah. Peter sent him a message that night on Instagram. And Robin wrote back to him and said, tell Harry to tell you the New York story. And Peter's rung me. He said, you do know the bloke. And what I'm saying is, it's not about name dropping either. You've got to be careful, but it's about I'm honoured to know these people and be around these people. Right? So, give me a good answer. This is structured, mate. Look at this. They give me questions and everything.
I don't know how this
I've got the thing in the ear to tell me what. Jamie's telling me what to say. It's in the ear. It's in the ear. Yes, Jamie. Yes, Jamie. Smile. Yes, Jamie.
What was I going to say? You're throwing me off.
Come on, man.
Come on. I'm just
On
joking.
game. We'll do push-ups in a minute.
Oh God, Sam, help!
Depending.
Now, you said something in one of your videos that I personally have latched onto because I've been using it in lots of different things that we're doing behind the scenes as we're building things for Life Worldwide. You said the 3 Bs, and now it's all about the 3 Bs.
Yeah.
So, what are the 3 Bs?
Well,
where did you come up? Did you come up with this?
Yeah, I come up with it because like it? Yeah, like it, isn't it?
Tell me, what are the 3
Well,
Bs?
I was just thinking about, you know, like everyone's got acronyms for this and acronyms for that. You know, like, you know what, mate? Yeah, I said there, right? You got that. Brain, body, bank. So your brain, you know, if you're not feeding the brain with all the good stuff, whether it's food and what you read, what you see, all these things that keep coming in your brain, what outcome are you going to have? Right? So I'm all about the positivity. Mate, it doesn't matter what's happened. Let's be positive about it. I get it. I got it. I know. You know, I've got a bit of a traumatic thing happening at home at the moment, you know, but at the end of the day, I have to sit with these people, this person, and say, if this happens, we're still going to do this. No matter what, right? It is what it is. So brain, get your brain right? Body, it's simple, right? So what are you putting in it? So, you know, I'm not saying I'm an absolute six-pack legend, but I'm mindful that too much of this and a little bit of that and not enough of this and none of that, you're going to break down. It's like a car. It needs maintenance. It needs service. So brain and body, you know, how do they not go together? And then stuff that people don't want to talk about, bank. Well, that's what they reckon. But you know what? I talk about it. Money's freedom. So where are you going with no money? We go, it's all about the money. Let's not kid ourselves here. Where do you think you're going? And some say, oh, when they make it, they do this. Because you know what? They're not good humans. That's when you start to get into trouble. When you forget the things that you should be doing. Right? So money's not evil. Bill Gates said, I don't know if it was Bill Gates or whoever, and love him like COVID, did he do it? Whatever. Who cares, right? Microsoft, whatever. Who gives a shit about him, right? But the thing is, one of the things that he said, and I never go to my kids, and they looked at me like, he's mad as it is. But one of the things that was, if you're born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is. Right now, poor, the word poor, not Paul, poor, can mean a lot of things. You can have a poor attitude, you can have a poor heart, you can have a poor, you know, the way you live, you can be, then it's poor money, no money, right? So we're talking about bank. You've got to make some decisions there. And remember this, when you can get a lot of money too, you can help so many people. So you can do so much good, right? And that's why in business I always say, everyone's got to eat. Because if you're not eating, and we're eating here, real food vending, and you're not, you're going to go look for food. And that's when things start to crumble, things start to become a problem. When you're not feeding your brain the right things, what's going to happen? People say, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. No. Even from swearing, even from your language that you use, your behaviour. Would you like to sit in front of your kids, F this, F, hey mate, F and get me this, F that. Then your mum and dad comes along and you behave poorly. And then this, and then your body, you've let yourself go because no one's helped you. Someone's got to have the hard conversations. Someone's got to be there, your accountability person's help you. I'm not talking about the six-pack best ever, whatever.
Yeah.
But when no one's born, we don't have fat bones.
No, we don't.
Right? I love food. Let me tell you the hot tip. It's the best thing ever invented.
Ice cream.
Best, right? And then again, triple B. And that's what that's how we come. And that is an exercise that we'll be running through Life Worldwide. And it's the deep dive exercise. It's even in the corner here.
There's so many notes.
I'm telling you. Yes.
Lots of blank pages.
Yes.
Harry writing.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
That was amazing. So those three elements are going to be this underlying tone and theme right the way through Life Worldwide, in amongst all of the other brilliant stuff that we do and the experts will bring and whatever else.
Yep.
So it's been so fantastic to be on Alive and Learn today, in the sense that, we started planning this a little while ago and we were really conscious that we were in the time of COVID. We really wanted to do a lunch and learn, but we just weren't there yet with restrictions. What's great about this hair and makeup light setting is now we can do this again and again and again. There are a few of you out there who have said the timing isn't great. That's why obviously we're making sure we record so we can get that back to you and you can watch it later. We will make sure that we do live and learns in the evening. So if you want to watch it live and participate with questions and stuff, you can do that if you're working during the day. Or if you're on the other side of the world, I know that some people are tuning in on the other side of the world, and this time of the day may not work for your time zone.
Yep.
What other things have you got planned? So events?
We've got events.
You said retreats before?
Leadership retreats.
What's going on?
So we're 100% now doing this. And these will be calendars. So we'll give you there'll be no secrets. So we'll say, this is what we're doing. Sign up. Yep. This is the dates, this is the times, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to try and work out how many we can do, because it'll take a lot out of you. Yeah, and, because I give it my all. And we'll have a team of experts that will come along to these, and there'll be guest speakers and etc. And there's a lot of conversation in there. I spoke about, I did my, I did Lunch and Learn live. The first time I ever went on Facebook Live, and I know you all know that because my daughter Taylor saved me in the end.
Taylor, thank you.
And what you don't know about that, my computer, I had never updated. I didn't know you had to put all this stuff in it live. So we had to use somebody else's computer. Anyway, we made it happen, right? So, but in there we spoke about, and this is the stuff you're going to get with Life. These are the deep dive conversations, and that is the battle plan. Yeah. Tony Robbins talks about the map, the massive action plan. Today you need a map, not a roadmap. You need to know where you're going. You need to be ready 24/7. Things are moving and changing every minute of the day, right? So, what does the new beginning look like? What does it look like now? The virtual team building that we've built. But we thought that will never happen. But look, we're here. We're touching. We're back. So, as much as you've been at home and hiding, you're going to have to come out of hiding. What's it going to look like?
Yeah. What's the new world like?
Well, funny lady that I see all the time. She and it's interesting. I take that, on my walks, on my run when I go in the morning. There's a guy said, "Oh, you spoke to medicated Mark." There's a guy that nobody talks to. Everyone's scared of him. I mentor this kid now. So we're walking and talking, and I'm saying, "Mark, don't worry about this." And then he's telling me how he goes home and tells his mum that Harry told me to do this and Harry told me to do that.
So good.
And he's reporting it back to me, right? I've got another lady, Donna, who was petrified. So who's this beast walking down the street at 5 o'clock in the morning, screaming his head off, the beanie and whatever. Yeah. Well, we become best mates. I see her at Coles. I say, I'll buy her a coffee, we have a laugh. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about here is the networks that we're going to build. Making you an amazing human being. Morale building. Check your funds. Empathy. I've got it all written here. Consult with the people that you trust. Your inner circle. Yeah. You have to know that every day that you wake up, we're blessed. We're blessed, right? And you've got to fight for your life. Every day you get up, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for your life. You're fighting to live another day tomorrow. You don't know, it's not promised. So make sure everything you do from the minute you get up, that it ticks the box of being an amazing human being. And we make you that way. We don't make you, but we encourage you.
Yeah,
we help support you. You know what I'm saying? And then one of the things I mentioned, which this went bananas, right? And it's revenues for the ego, profit feeds your family.
Oh,
somebody at PwC told me that one day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Revenue's great, but it doesn't mean anything.
I've got something that, Jamie's saying something.
I think Jamie might have some questions for us.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. He's got can read your hand,
That'll be a challenge.
right? This side?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Who is Life Worldwide for? Is there an age or is it just a business? Do we know who the question's from?
It says anonymous.
Oh, big question. I love it.
No, it's for everyone.
Yep.
There's no age bracket. There's no, I speak to my son's mates.
So they're in their early 20s?
Yeah, they're in their 20s, or younger kids that I was talking about, football clubs,
Yep.
15-year-olds,
Yep.
Older people, younger people.
And it doesn't matter if they're in business or not.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So from a membership point of view, what we're working on behind the scenes is to ensure that there are membership options, as I said, that are free. Some that will be tailored for individuals at a price point that is suitable for an individual, and then some that are for individuals that are in business and individuals that run a whole team. So there will be lots of different options, and we will ensure that the messages and the content and all of the medicine is tailored to absolutely everyone. It can be kind of adapted to your personal situation.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Someone just asked, how can I get access?
How can you get access? I'm working really hard behind the scenes right now. So website is not live yet. If you do head to lifeworldwide.com.au, you will see that there's a small box there that you can put your email address in. If you pop your email address in there, you will be the first to get access. We will be sending that to our subscribers exclusively first up when the website is ready to go live and our membership portal is ready to go live. We're still working with our web developer to get everything ready. We want to launch properly. We don't want all of you to jump on and crash our website. So we're making sure that the hacker's doing all the tech support and all the things that we need to do. The other thing to keep in mind if you are jotting in your email address is you'll receive an email to say, do you really want to be in? So make sure you look out for that. And if you don't receive it, check your junk, because the way that we've done it is we want to make sure that no bots are getting in and all of that behind the scenes tech stuff. So if you don't get a confirmation email, double check the junk folder on your emails and make sure that you have subscribed.
That's a big bot. What's that?
Bots. It's when robots pretend to be people and they like
Bots.
Yeah.
All right.
Technology. No more questions. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, go. That's good.
I was actually going to say, was there anything else that I've got a few things that I want to just wrap up with as we start chatting, but you have so many pieces of paper on the table. I'm sure you've got something else you want to say. Oh my God.
Don't waste paper.
Don't waste paper. Don't.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're not wasting.
No. And you know what? This is an unusual setup for me.
Yeah.
That's why I can't sit still,
like,
right? But you got me. I'm sitting here. My wife says, stop it. We're on a plane going to Thailand. I got up about 54 times, walked around, did laps, come back, sat down. All the, what do you call them? The hosties, my best mates, whatever.
You've learned all their names.
Took the ring off. Jokes. One thing for sure is that, and I wanted to share, because this is a live and learn, but it's more of a life or by relaunching. This is who we are. This is how we're going to do things and whatever. But there'll be some people on there that haven't witnessed this, haven't been part of a lunch and learn, and they might look at this later on and okay, they got it. This is who we are and whatever. And it would be a shame that if I didn't leave something,
You got to give them some clarity.
on the table, right? So we talked about a gratitude month. We'll start you off. That'll be some of the tricks we're going to do. The gratitude diary, right?
Yeah.
It could be food that you ate, an experience you had, friends you were with, something, anything. This allows you to start your gratitude diary. This allows you to look back and go, I remember that. Or to really make you think about being a good human. My car had a puncture in it yesterday, whatever. I'll take it to the boys up the road, the thing again. They start laughing, this and, But they won't forget what I did for them. They'll never charge me, but I'm grateful. I'm sending messages, but thanks so much, thanks for helping me out. But we had a great conversation, had a good laugh and whatever. Take your future into your own hands, right? Put pen to paper. Who do you want to be?
So much pen and paper.
You'll never understand this, right? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Your current situation, and how do you plan to get there? How are you going to achieve all this, right? These are the things we're going to do with you. There's some stuff to start. you're wrapped up in doing. We forget we're busy being busy. Yeah.
And stress being stress.
Well, apparently. And stress. What is stress? Stress is the biggest disease. It's a disgusting thing. I talk about it in my videos. People carry this shit around. They carry this, oh, this happened to me in 1982. John done that to me. Paul done that. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, let go. And this is the stuff we're going to teach you to come close, come here, dump the rubbish over here. Don't gossip. Spread the good stuff. Don't spread rumors. Spread positivity. We talk about it. Huh?
Yeah.
And we overlook just being. So we're going to get you to re-arouse your senses. Sound, light, taste, smells. Stress makes you eliminate these things. You forget about this. You just eat the food. Don't know what it tastes like because you're so somewhere else. You're rushing, right? Positive outlooks, rewiring your brain, rewiring your thinking. These are big things. There, look, little secrets. Caroline's giving me kicks under the table.
I'm not.
No,
I promise.
You know, count your blessings.
Yeah.
Right? If I can leave you with these things, count your blessings. Healing process. You've got to heal. You can't keep, picking the scab and expecting yourself to move forward, bringing up old things that happen. Forgiveness is one of the greatest things that you can do. It is ridiculously incredible, the courage and the strength you build by doing that. The amount of people that have forgiven. I met these couple in Toronto years ago that forgave a drink driver that killed their son, their only son. You know what they did? They set up a drink driving place because the killer wasn't a killer. He didn't wake up saying, I'm going to go and drive and kill someone.
Yeah.
Right? They talk about drugs. People don't take drugs to become druggies, drug addicted. So why do it?
Yep.
You need more of this and what you get. So these are the
much
learnings. Healing process, regrouping with yourself, the detox, your health, your mind, your contact list, your phone. Get off it. Forget about it. Just cut them. Get rid of them. Whatever. I don't know. Less is more. And I've said it before. We're at war. Always said it. We're at war. Make no mistake. You're going to put your mouth guard in and ready to go out for the street fight because that's what's going to happen when you're in business. They're going to take your work, push you, shove you. Even if you're not in business, in life in general, you've got to be ready so that when it does happen, you go, okay, like Mike Tyson said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? These are stuff. But I'm just using these as understanding because that does happen, you know?
And I think what's really great about all of that you just shared with us is there will be one, or maybe all, but it's normally one or two things that you say. It's a phrase that you use or a way that you word something. For me, I'm like, oh, I get it. Like that's the piece that really resonates for me today. That's what I needed to hear today or for tomorrow and to make that change, or that's what I was stuck on. And that's why it's brilliant that you're going to be able to share your stories and your learnings and also those from experts and whatever else.
Yeah.
Because everyone needs to hear information in different ways. They need to experience things in different ways so they can implement and they can make those changes.
Absolutely.
And they can be the better humans that we all want them to be.
Yeah, 100%.
So before I do my remind everyone of all the things, what's next? What's next on the cards? Are we thinking another, yes, website is coming, membership is coming. If you are subscribed, you will be the first to know. We will release that information first to you in our community. But are we thinking another live and learn? Are we thinking lunch?
Oh, this is really completely different. And I mean, the next live and learn and we're 100% lunch and learn. So we're going to send out a calendar to everyone that's subscribed to be part of it. Lunch and learn with special guests. We're going to have live videos. So we're going to have another guest here. We'll be drilling him or her about their business, what they did, how they got there. Incredible human beings that are going to enlighten everyone. So leadership retreats, live and learns, lunch and learn, deep dive into the businesses, the people that need that medicine.
That additional support that they need.
Big time. And, the incubator, connecting everyone, the Black Book connections, really pushing people to the next level, right? And it's going to be incredible. I've never been so excited to be really now taking it all to another level.
Yeah.
I know what we bring to the table. Always say I won't go hungry because I know what I bring to the table. Yeah. Right? So it's and here, look, there's another one, the game changer. We talked about the game changer. Yep. Things that we'll take. You're talking about before the home phone. I got it here. Telstra.
Yeah.
Huge company missed SMS 20 years ago. They didn't realise SMS is going to be huge. Everybody gets one for your birthday or your New Year's Eve. I was still charging people. They didn't understand it. The thing crashed. It's a COVID test. But what I'm saying, they just kept putting home phones. People don't pick up the home phone anymore.
Yeah.
What's that? They still they put the landlines in. Well, Australia Post missed that. Everyone's going into email. There's no letters. Why am I mentioning all this? Then the parcels turned up, but they already got rid of the trucks.
Yeah.
They're not sure. Dell thought, all right, we're going to make a better little computer, smart, and Apple go, yeah, no, what else is an iPad? You ever seen this before, mate? Michael Dell got the jab, you know. And the list goes on, you know, Domino's, drone, pizza drop-offs. Yep. These are the things, right? But what I'm saying, why am I saying this? Because if the big brands get it wrong, who am I? Who are you? Yep. So success leaves clues, right? So these are the things we're going to be teaching and bringing it to your attention to open your eyes, get your heart going, clean up your mess. You know, I talked about it, you know, fill up the holes that you dug, fix the bridges that you burnt, fix the relationships, put you back together again, and make you be an incredible human being. That's our plan. That's what we're going to do. You need to be brave to be part of it. Don't be scared. You can also do one-on-one. You don't have to be in a group. And the amount of people, I had a beautiful message yesterday from someone saying, we've got a problem at home. Listen to 2 of your videos. My husband said, listen to this. I didn't want to, but I secretly went and listened to it. And I couldn't believe what this lady wrote back. You're effing right. And that was about letting go. Yeah. Let it go, mate. I know what he did. But you took it on. You said 5 years ago, that's okay. Oh, it happened. Yeah. You bring it up again. It means you haven't healed. Yeah. So how do we heal you? We've got people for different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. So,
amazing.
Having said that. What's that, Jamie? Yes, mate.
Jamie's in his ear. In my ear. No, he's not. So I need to remind you, head to the website, lifeworldwide.com.au. If you haven't already, put your email address in the box. That's all you need to do. Triple check that you get your confirmation email. If you haven't, check your junk mail. We will be sending all of our subscribers. So if we have your email address, you will get a copy of this video. Send it to everyone. We want everyone to know about Life Worldwide, about Harry, about the experts, about medicine, about the Triple B. We want everyone to get this message and to be exclusively invited once we do launch the new website, so you can have first-hand access to all of the amazing things that we're working on behind the scenes. A reminder, if you're watching us on Facebook, thank you for joining us. And you will be able to see this on the Life Worldwide Facebook page from the moment we end, because it will just save automatically, which is fantastic. And I guess from my perspective, as someone, as I said, that's known you for about 8 years now, I feel really, really grateful and honoured that I get to sit in this chair and be the first one to interview you. I think we're going to switch it around and have an expert here and you be here next time and so on. But to be behind the scenes, to be in a circle and to be one of the people that you trusted to help you relaunch is such an honour. Yeah. I want to thank you for investing in yourself, for giving us your time today, for just being here and being here live with us or watching afterwards, because this is an hour that you have invested in yourself, in our stories, and it's only just the beginning. So I'm super excited. Make no mistake of that. Now, remember, be a good human. That's all we're asking, and we can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you. 100%.
Thank you.
Life Worldwide.